Good evening, and welcome to the kitchen. Most of you know that my culinary ventures usually don't stray out of the realm of a microwave or heavy supervision. But that all changes today. For now, I have this culinary masterpiece that we like to call the Hero's Feast Cookbook. So join me in this endeavor as I attempt to kill two birds with one stone by not only making this my testimony, but teaching myself how to cook by systematically completing every recipe in this book, or I will die trying! That wasn't in the script, it just felt good at the time, so...
Yum. Today, we will be cooking Traveler's Stew.
But any good recipe will need ingredients, so to help along with that process, I have invited the Goblin to assist in listing out the ingredients.
Right then, let's get this over with. You're gonna need some potatoes, bit of Guinness, delicious that is, some kosher salt, a few shakes of paprika, bit of pepper, could put with the salt, but what do I know, bit of baking flour, some carrots, bit of beef stew meat, and of course, a big f***-off sword in case something goes wrong during the process.
It was at this point that the ingredient goblin failed in his one task and forgot to list out the beef broth in a stew. He has promptly been fired from the project.
Wow, thanks for the assist with that. Here, have a pickle.
With that bit of horror concluded, it was time to start mixing the ingredients, the flour, the salt, and the pepper into a big bowl, and then adding the meat.
As I'm staring down the barrel of this meat, I realize,
I then had to coat each piece of meat evenly with the mixture.
I say, dear boy, would you like some Turkish delight? I'm sure you will not give you salmonella or food poisoning.
It was then that I got sidetracked and spent about a legit 5 minutes trying to open one can of broth.
You know, it occurs to me that I may have been opening the bottom side of this can. I stand corrected.
With the can defeated, it was on to the prep phase.
Yeah, I just realized this could be a messed up camera angle if I just moved this way and just went...
At this point in the video, that mom may want to look away as my fingers are way too curled and she has to watch me chop vegetables with the speed of a turtle and about the deftness of hand as a Parkinson's victim.
I have no actual idea if this is an inch or not, so I'm just gonna hope that this is what the recipe calls for. Now, the cookbook says, and I'm guessing it's Wizards of the Coast Errata, is that you gotta do this little sprinkle thing, and then it gets knocked a few times, and it gets rid of a thing called the pot gremlin. But that's just weird Wizards of the Coast talk, so So once you get your pot nice and ready, it's time to add the oil.
Next, add 1 tablespoon of oil to a pot on medium or high heat, and brown each piece of meat evenly on all sides.
Look at my children. They're not exactly ready yet, but soon.
The book goes on to state that you should scrape any fry bits out of the pan with a wooden spoon, but in my infinite wisdom, I thought that something that looked like a wooden spoon would suffice.
I beheaded it.
After scraping away the shame with this spoon instead, it was on to pouring out the Guinness. More specifically, 1 cup of Guinness and 4 cups of beef broth. Now, you may be wondering why the camera suddenly gained dynamicism as if a cameraman has shown up, but if that happened, I would have to share the credit with someone, and that is something I will never do. With the soup simmering on the stove, it was time to look at the aftermath of my culinary venture. Which was not yet concluded, as after an hour and a half, it was time to add the vegetables, such as the carrots, the potatoes, and the onion. Wait.
It was at this point that the narrator realized that by neglecting the onion, he had failed in his one task, which was to correct the mistakes of the ingredient goblin. He's henceforth been fired from the project.
And there you have it. A lovely dish of traveler's stew, garnished with parsley and a small fraction of plastic, but we don't have to think about that. We got the rest of it. So join me next time when I open up this book and find the easiest thing possible instead of this. Wait, I haven't even tasted it yet. Let's cut to that. And there we have it. A lovely dish of traveler's stew garnished with parsley and plastic. Even there. Okay.